Шановні колеги, ми
We continue our working day. The Colonel Andriy Lysenko, Minister of Defense spokesperson on ATO-related issues. You're welcome. Good afternoon, esteemed colleagues. Information on the events that took place in the ATO zone last 24 hours and on the trainings of Ukrainian military. In Lugansk direction, the enemy violated the ceasefire regime in Stanitsa Luganska, the section of the front of the Krymsky and in Popasnyansky district. Between 2 and 4 p.m., the occupants shelled several times at several positions of the ATO forces. With that, they launched almost 90 mortar mines, and in general, the occupants are shelling in the daytime and at night. In total, during the last 24 hours, in Lugansk directions, there were 11 shellings registered, 3 of them from heavy weaponry. Donetsk direction, as usually, the hottest spot is Avdiivska industrial zone. The shellings between the ATO forces and occupants took place in the morning, in the daytime, and in the evening. During the shellings, the occupants launched 55 mines at our positions. Also, the enemy violated the ceasefire in Svetlodarska and in Zaitsevo. Ukrainian troops are actively firing back. In total, during the last 24 hours in Donetsk direction, there were 8 enemy shellings registered, 1 with from heavy weaponry. In Mariupolsky direction, everything's without changes. The military actions are taking place all over the front line, but most of the enemy shellings take place in Krasnogorivsk and near the sea. The enemy is actively using snipers, mortars, and armored equipment. The enemy became especially active yesterday in the evening when the occupants were shelling at several of our positions. In Novogrigorivsk, there was a powerful artillery shelling from illegal armed group. In total, in Mariupolsky direction, there were 23 enemy shellings registered, 10 from heavy weaponry. During the last 24 hours, and the result of military actions, 1 Ukrainian serviceman was killed, 3 were wounded. We express our condolences to the family and the friends of the servicemen killed who perished for Ukraine. Yesterday night, at the position of ATO forces in Novotashkivsky at Bakhmutska highway, there was a crime committed. The soldier killed the sergeant. Trying to avoid responsibility, the soldier ran away from the position and was trying to cross the front line using the vehicle to hide at the occupied territory, but immediately the murderer got into the traffic accident and continued to move by foot, having the machine gun. This is the crime which falls under several articles of the criminal code. There are no other details of that. The information disseminated by Lugansk Regional Military Civilian Administration on so-called attack of the enemy at our positions that night is not true. Yesterday, the cross point Novotroitsk, Ukrainian bodyguards detained the militant. The militant with the nickname Dekabrist was moving from occupied territory to Mariupol. He's a 66-year-old man who was a member of the so-called Separate Artillery Brigade of Russian occupational forces. He had served for more than 2 years in the illegal armed group. Also yesterday night in Donetsk, the bodyguards found the citizen who was trying to get to occupied territory and then the enemy's group to earn some money.
This citizen was transferred to the hands of the security service officers of Ukraine. The law enforcement officers continued to seize weaponry and ammunition in the area of ATO. A large cache with 165 artillery shells for 152 millimeter caliber cannons, as well as 26 grenades were found near the village of Kaladivka in Novodarsk district, Lugansk region. Yet another 2 caches were found in Mariupol area near Berdyansk and Chernomalik villages. 2 rocket-propelled anti-tank grenades, 5 mortar shells, 4 grenades, and over 1,000 cartridges and 500 grams of TNT were seized from the cache. The security service officers returned to peaceful life. Another former militant, the resident of Donetsk region, joined the ranks of illegal military formation in April 2014. He was on duty at the checkpoints, checked documents, and searched cars of peaceful civilians. With time, the man quitted this illegal military formation and he came to the Security Service of Ukraine office. Now the clearance of his activities in the illegal military formations is on the way, and if he has not committed grave crimes, he will be able to return to peaceful life. Modernization of exercises take place in Ukrainian army. In Khmelnytsk region, 100 Ukrainian officers and generals now are taking part in 3-day training. The main topic of this training is to improve skills and share experience acquired during combats in the east of Ukraine. In the training center of the National Guard of Ukraine in Lviv region, the military students now conduct practices on explosive gunsmen. Now practice the theory about explosives and methods of explosions which they have gained during their studies. They used these days, officers of the National Academy of the National Guard of Ukraine trained in fires from rocket-propelled systems. They used special simulators. Yesterday, the President of Ukraine assigned a new name, the name of the hero of Ukraine, General Major Sergei Kulchitsky, to a special battalion of the National Guard of Ukraine. The battalion many times demonstrated high combat effectiveness, defending independence of our state at the front line. 25 military men of the battalion died and 82 were injured during ATO. Sergei Kulchitsky deceased as a hero, and his combat record and esteem to him on the part of every military man will inspire a new generation of our military servicemen. Yesterday at Novotroitsk checkpoint, the lorries carrying 10 tons of medical supplies from UNICEF passed to the territories not controlled by the government. One question I would like to specify in question. One man died, and is this information correct? From where this person is, we don't know, but he was really the head of this military unit. This is the true information. Are there any more questions? No, we don't have any other questions. Thank you. Next event will be at 12 o'clock sharp. Thank you.